time for us to really get into the weeds here, okay? We're going to start talking some of our best bets. Let's start with number 17, Texas Tech, headed to the Utah Utes, which is probably my favorite mascot, even though I don't exactly know what it is. But real quick, we have the Utes who are 3-0 against the spread so far on the season, but you do have Texas Tech, who has covered 4 straight road games, tied for their longest streak since 2000. Now take with that what you will, gentlemen. Tom, what is your best bet for this game?
Yeah, I don't think we know anything about either team yet. They both beat 3 bad teams. Utah faced UCLA, but they just fired their coach, so you can't take much into that. I'm just going to go what I thought in the preseason. I picked Utah to win the Big 12. Obviously, this is one of the games that they have to win at home, and that's really the edge I give them at home. I know the market's high on Texas Tech, so I wonder if we'll get down to a 3 for Utah. I would be patient. I don't think it's going to go up much, so I lean Utah, but it's dead even for me.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of doing these shows earlier in the week. We can start to just look at lines. People watching can monitor them as well. Mike, I see you're enjoying the underdog situation here. Tell me about Texas Tech.
Yeah, I like Texas Tech on the money line here. I've liked this team preseason quite a bit. Played them a little bit to make the college football playoff earlier this summer. Plus 590 was the payout on that. And it comes down to NIL and just transfer portal. They've got as much money as any school in college football and will have for years to come. And I think it really is a situation kind of like Michigan in that it might be happening a little earlier than we thought. I definitely love Texas Tech in the Big 12 going forward and like next year and beyond. But this is a spot where I think it might be here early. They've had a good start to the season. Quarterback rating looks great for their quarterback. Again, very limited competition. But what I think here with Utah and why people like to back Utah in home games, you get the altitude impact, particularly early in the season when you're still dealing with heat as well. It can definitely be a thing, but I like Texas Tech. I think they're early here. I think they win this game outright.
Yeah, one thing about Texas Tech that I like is their defense. And I know we're talking about a lot about their offensive improvements, but we're seeing a lot from their defense that they spent some NIL money on as well. I actually like the under in this game right now at 57.5, maybe shop around for a 58 if you can find it. I think they both obviously have just played weak competition up until this point, and I guess Wyoming is a tough place to play. I feel like for the Utes, though, their game plan will to be slow this game down because the last thing you want to do is get in a shootout with an air raid team like Texas Tech here. And they've had some success in the past with teams like Baylor, teams like SMU, slowing them down as well. So while I know that they've put up some points previously this season, I feel like there's a reason this total is set as low as it is considering the production they've put up. So I'm going to go with this under here. Emory, what are you thinking on this game?
Man, that unregulated Texas NIL money is huge. You know what I'm saying? So that's the story here. Outside of them being very good on defense, to your point, Kens, when you think about getting a pass rusher, getting strong in the trenches, that's going to help them play teams and compete with teams like Utah. So I'm taking Texas Tech plus the points here. I would also sprinkle some on the money line. This is the game where they announce themselves to the rest of the country that they're for real. This will be also the game where Utah will ask Devin Dampier to make more plays above the X's and O's in the passing game, more so than he had to do so far this season.
Yeah, no, fair enough. All right, so it's really just Tom. It seems more like a principal play here. You'd like to take the 3 if you can get it. So wait on that if you are on the Ute side here.